Folks, the Packers are not only just one win away from the Super Bowl. The Packers are one win at LAMBEAU Field in January in sub-freezing temperatures. At least that's what the forecast calls for next week from the Super Bowl. Never in the Aaron Rodgers era have the Packers hosted a NFC Championship game, and they'll get to next week. This is a fantastic feeling, man. I feel so good about the Packers right now. And to top it all off, they're either going to play New Orleans, a team that plays in a dome for 8 games a year, or Tampa Bay, a team who plays in Florida. 2 warm weather teams who will never have to play in sub-freezing temperatures. This is, oh man. This was such a dominant performance by Green Bay, even though the game was close at the end, or close in the fourth quarter, I should say. It was such a dominating performance by Green Bay. Our offensive line moved their number 1 ranked defense, the number 1 defensive line. A lot of people think that's the best defensive line in football. We moved them. We physically moved that line of scrimmage. Every single play. Our run game was fantastic. I don't remember how much yards we ended up with, but I think it was like over 150. We ran so well today. Our running game was on point. And when we needed Aaron Rodgers, he missed a few throws. He should have been intercepted at the end of the half twice. But when we needed Aaron Rodgers, that play action to Allen Lazard, he was there for us. Aaron Rodgers, 296 yards, 3 total touchdowns. That pump fake rush touchdown, freaking phenomenal, man. Freaking beautiful. Man, I am feeling so special about this team. I feel so good about this team, man. We have one more game at LAMBEAU Field. One more game to win at LAMBEAU Field in January, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Man. And the defense, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be at times, I'll admit. But when they needed to be there, they were there. When they needed to, they were there. That Packers pass rush, I think, sacked Goff 4 times, including 2 really critical ones. That one that set up the Packers' touchdown drive that gave them the 14-point lead. I think it was Kenny Clark, and then one by Gary on 4th down to end the game pretty much. That was pretty much the game when that sack was done. And then the Packers just ran the ball down their throat and ended the game. They took knees. I mean, we were so dominant. And, you can say that, Aaron Donald didn't play as many snaps as he would have if he was fully healthy. And, that probably had something to do with it. But the Packers still moved that defensive line. They moved them every single play. Even when Aaron Donald was on the field, and he was early on, he was getting beat by Elton Jenkins pretty well. And he was so frustrated at one point that he grabbed Elton by the face mask and tried to punch him or something, and they threw a flag and it was a free 15. But we frustrated the hell out of that team. And Jalen Ramsey, man, he got turned around a few times. He got put off his feet by Devontae a few times in this game. He was, the guy is supposed to lock down Devontae, and Devontae didn't have his biggest game, didn't have 100 yards, but he did have a touchdown. I think he had 7 or 8 catches. He was solid today. He was solid. He was big for the Packers, and he was solid. And Allen Lazard, man, that drop had me seething. That drop he had me seething. But he made up for it. So he made a great catch on a ball that was a little bit off target from Rodgers, but still, extremely catchable, extremely in a good place for Lazard to catch it. And Lazard made a great catch, and that was pretty much the ball game. That was the, the Packers obviously needed the defensive stop, but that was the play where it's oh man, wow, the Packers are going to the NFC Championship game. That was the play to me that really sealed the deal. And the defense took care of it from there. And, when the Packers pressured Goff played a lot better than I expected him to with that broken thumb, honestly. He played a lot better. And, you got to give him credit. I mean, he played, he put his heart out there. He put everything out there for his team, and he played about as good as he could have. But in the end, the Packers' pass rush was forcing them into, long to-go situations, and it just wasn't enough for Goff in the end, or he couldn't do enough in the end for them to win. But, overall, the Packers honestly probably could have scored 40 points on this defense. And this reminder, this is the number one defense in the league. The only time all season the Rams gave up more than 30 points was early in the season against the Bills. Only one time. And the Packers come in here, they put up 32, and they probably could have put up 40 plus. I mean, you think about that drive to end the half, if that wasn't the end of the half, the Packers probably score on that drive. And then, of course, the drive to finish it off, the Packers took knees because the game was over. But they were driving. They were inside the 10-yard line, I'm pretty sure. And then you have the the throw by Rodgers on 1st and 17 after the holding call that was off target to MVS. That might have gone for a big play. Could have been a touchdown. And then the Lazard drop was going to be either a touchdown or a really big play, too. So that was another drive the Packers probably could have scored points on. So we're looking at, 40, 45, somewhere in that range for the Packers if they could have made those a few extra plays. And remember, they got down inside the 5-yard line on the first drive, and they had to settle for 3. So, I mean, the Packers offense just simply dominated this Rams defense. The number one Rams defense. This number one defense versus Packers' number one offense. Packers went out there, and they dominated it. And that gives me a lot of confidence going against either the Saints or the Bucs next week. Honestly, I'm hoping it's the Saints because I know for a fact that Drew Brees has never been good in cold weather. And he's so used to playing in a dome, and his numbers just kind of take a drop when he plays in cold weather, especially sub-freezing temperature. Forecast is calling for sub-freezing temperatures next Sunday. That could change, but I am feeling really, really good. And, a team that plays in warm weather all week or all season against the Packers in January, a team that's used to it, a team that excels in that cold weather, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about either of these teams. Maybe a little bit more uneasy against Tampa Bay, honestly. Because of what they did to us earlier in the season and the fact that Tom Brady has played many, many playoff games in the cold. But, the rest of the team hasn't, and they're not going to be prepared for that weather. So, either way, though, I'm feeling good about Green Bay. I'm feeling really good about Green Bay. And this isn't going to be one of those situations where the Packers are, coming in and being the underdog or being on the road or something. You're kind of having a hill to climb to get to that next game in the Super Bowl. This is a situation where the Packers have everything lined up where they want it. They have the home field advantage, the sub-freezing temperatures. They have the best offense in the league, just took down the number one defense in the league, put 32 on them. They played both of these teams in the season so far, and they have, film tape on both of these teams of what they did right, what they did wrong. So this is a lot different situation than previous NFC Championship games, in my opinion. And I guess they did play the last two against teams they had faced earlier in the season too. But, I just feel like this team's a lot different. I really feel like this team's a lot different, and I am so excited for next week. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do if we win, honestly. I don't know what my video is going to be like. It might be me screaming or it might be me just crying. I don't know, but, I feel something special about this team. I really do. And this is where they like to hurt me the most, but, we'll see. Anyways, guys, though, that's all I got to say in this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Albert Sports, and on Instagram, _Ober. And I'll see you guys next time. Go, Pat, go.